welcome to another episode of Fun Science with Alex. I am Alex. I'm going to be showing you some fun experiments, some of which you can try at home, some of which you definitely should not be trying at home. So the first of which I want to try is something, it's a bit of chemistry actually, and this is something that you should definitely not be trying at home. And for this we're going to need some alcohol and we're going to need a bottle. Now this is rubbing alcohol, it's cleaning alcohol, it's practically pure alcohol. If your parents have got some of this at home, if you're going to try this, do it under supervision, but please do not try this at home. This is very dangerous. I am getting a PhD in engineering and science, which means I know what I'm doing and I'm being very careful and I'm an adult. So again, health and safety, please do not try this at home. So with that out of the way, I'm going to show you something really cool you can do with some rubbing alcohol and a bottle and a little bit of fire. So first of all, I'm going to need to light the cooker, and secondly, I'm going to need a bottle. So I'm just going to light the cooker so we have some fire. There we go. We have a bottle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of the rubbing alcohol into the bottle. Now, there we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swirl it around a bit like this, and what this is doing is it's putting the alcohol vapours, the alcohol gas, into the chamber of the bottle. I'm going to really give this a good shake so that you get loads and loads and loads of the alcohol gas, the alcohol vapours inside that bottle. And I'm going to empty it as much as I possibly can. So it is empty, as you can see, empty, empty. So, what I'm going to do, actually, a good trick, if you are ever in need of fire, get some spaghetti. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back here so that you can see the bottle, because this is going to be really cool. But spaghetti actually sets on fire really, really nicely, like that. So you get a nice fire here. I'm going to take the fire, put it over the bottle. There we go. And now this bottle is going to be quite warm, but you'll see that at the bottom of the bottle there's a little tiny bit of water, and there's a reason for that, and I will explain that in just a moment. But I want to show you that with the lights off because it looks really, really cool. So I'm going to get another bottle here and let that one cool down. Again, I'm going to empty it like this. I'm going to pour a little bit of the rubbing alcohol. It's basically pure alcohol, so your parents might have some of that for cleaning or for disinfecting cuts and stuff around. We're going to move that around like this, and I'm going to show you this with the lights off because it looks really, really, really cool with the lights off. So I'm just going to shake this around a little bit more, empty it out as much as I can. I'm going to turn the lights off like that. You should be able to see the fire. I'm going to set fire to some spaghetti now. Set fire to the spaghetti. Come on, spaghetti, set fire. There we go, we have our fire. We're going to take this over to our alcohol. And there we have a fantastic chemical reaction in a bottle. Now please do not try this at home. It is very dangerous and a little bit stupid, but I'm just going to quickly explain what's going on and why you're getting the water there, because I think it's really cool. And then I'm going to show you something you can do at home and finish with something you might be able to do at home. So let's put this back up here. What's going on? The alcohol, the atoms, it's got carbon atoms and it's got hydrogen atoms that arrange themselves like this. And when you add some oxygen atoms like this, they all rearrange themselves. So we've got 7 oxygen atoms here, we've got 7 oxygen atoms down here. We've got 2 carbon atoms here, we've got 2 here, and we've got 6 hydrogen here and 6 hydrogen here. Now this is water and this is carbon dioxide gas. And when you add the fire, you're basically combining the oxygen with the alcohol, and that is what is causing the water. And it's what's called an exothermic reaction, which means it gives out energy, which is why it sets on fire. So that is something really cool that you shouldn't do. I'm an adult, which means I can do it, but please do not try that one at home. Now for something you can try at home, what you need to do is you need to get yourself one of these. This is a film canister. When your parents, I guess, or you might remember when you were really young, you had film cameras. It's basically you put like this film in the back of a camera, you take a picture, and then you send this film off and it gets developed. And this is the little canister that the film comes in. You might still have some of these lying around. What you need to do, you need to take one of these, you need to fill it about 2/3 of the way with water. I don't know if you can, I'm going to do this for you. You can hopefully see there's, it's about 2/3 full of water in there. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a bowl and we're going to put this inside the bowl. I'm going to lower the camera there so you can see it, because this is going to get a bit messy. We're going to take some Alka-Seltzer or any other fizzing tablet that you might have, and we're going to break it up. We're going to break it up into about quarters. I'm going to drop it all into there so it starts fizzing, and we're going to put the lid on. Oop. That's fizzing a little bit too violently there. This may or may not still work. We might need to use the second one. If we turn it upside down, there we go. Now that shot up and hit the ceiling. I don't know if you saw that. I might have dented the ceiling actually. I don't know. What I'm going to try and do is do that again, but from a distance, so that you can see it shoot up. So let's reset. Let's move the camera over here. There we go, you can see it. That works a lot better than what I thought it would, so I'm going to put a little bit less water in this time. There we go. We're going to take our tablet, it's already starting to fizz now because my hands are wet. We're going to put that in there, like so. I'm going to take this, turn it upside down. Way, there we go. As you can see, you didn't have to wait particularly long for that one. That is something that you can try at home. All you need to do is get yourself a film canister and some pop fizzing tablets like Barocca should work. Alka-Seltzer works really well because it lets off absolutely loads and loads and loads of gas. Right, I'm just going to drive the table a little bit, and then we're going to do something that you can try at home, perhaps shouldn't, and something that you might be able to try at home depending on what you've got. So I'll be back in just a second. So I am back. I've just dried the table off a little bit, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to teach you how to find out how much energy is in food. You quite often hear people on diets talking about how many calories are in food, and a calorie is just a measure of energy, about how energetic a food is. And I'm going to show you the way that actual scientists work out how much energy is in a food. They do it a bit more precisely than what I'm going to do it now. But what you need to do first of all is start off a cooker, and then what you need to do is get a food. So in this case we've got some bread, and we want to find out how much energy is in bread. And what you need to do is get yourself some tongs, because you don't want to be touching the fire yourself, so you want to get some tongs. Or tweezers or something like that, so you're not touching fire. You're going to do this, and you're going to put that in there and set fire to it. I'm going to hopefully get the bread caught on fire. And see how long it burns for, basically. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this in here. We're going to see if it can catch on fire, how long it will burn for. It's caught on fire a little bit, it's smouldering. Now you see this is quite difficult to catch on fire. Some foods are difficult to catch on fire. This is very, very well done toast now, to be perfectly honest. It's more the energy of toast, I guess. Let's see, is that going to work? Is that going to set on fire? I remember being able to set on fire when I was there. So it's just sort of smouldering, okay? So that's a bit of bread. What about something else? I've got some Wotsits here. Let's try a Wotsit. Let's see if they have more or less energy in than bread, how easily they set on fire. So let's put that in there and see if that, oh, that's going right. Now what you do is you take this and you time to see how long it takes for that to burn, and that is taking a lot longer to burn than that bread, which means there's more calories, there's more energy in this what's it than there is in that bread. Look at it go. Now sometimes what you'll find is that some of the it burns away to nothingness there, to be quite, oh, look at that, it's still going. It's still going. So that is how you find out how much energy is in food. You take it and you burn it like this. And what you can do is you can try this with loads of different foods around the house. You can get your food, you can get that, you can get a stopwatch, and you can take your food stuff, you can set fire to it, and you can time how long it burns for, how bright it burns for. So this is burning very, very bright. So this is burning a lot brighter than what the bread did, even when it was in the fire, and even when it was on the cooker, when it was on fire. So you can say it was probably more energy, there's more calories inside the whatsits than there are in the bread. And this is why you use the tongs. It's now stuck to the tongs. There we go. Taking proper safety precautions there. Oh, this is good. You can see the soot there. This is because it's a sort of like a dirty flame. It's a dirty yellow flame. If you take anything that's clean, so if we take the underside of this bowl that I'm using, for instance, and you hold it under a yellow flame, what you're going to get is, if I show you here, you're going to get like a black marking on it there. It's fallen out, and all that is just little bits of carbon, little bits of soot, little bits of unburnt or burnt material that are in the flames, and they're just sort of sticking to it. One more food I'm going to show you that burns is spaghetti, as I showed you earlier. If we take some spaghetti, we can hold it in the fire there like this, and it sets on fire like that. And you can time that, see how long it burns. In fact, if you ever need to light a candle and it's sort of a long way down in like a jar or something, spaghetti is a good one to use. It does smell absolutely horrible when you burn it though. But you can see what foods burn, what foods don't, see how long they burn for, and how much energy is in each of the foods. I'm going to show you one more thing that you may or may not be able to try at home, and then we're going to call it a day for this episode. Right, so the last thing I want to show you is this. This is called a UV light. This is not a particularly strong or powerful UV. Oh, that looks cool on the camera though. This is not a particularly strong UV light. Now this one I got because I bought a new phone cover, a new phone protector, and the glue that it uses for that needs this light to dry. Like you sort of, this UV light sort of starts off a chemical reaction that lets the glue dry and sticks the screen protector to the case. Your parents might have them in like their nail curing sets, like they'll have like a thing they put their fingers in and that will sort of glow, and that's one of these. That's a UV light. You might also have like a little pen that has a UV light on it. And I just wanted to show you something cool that UV light does. So if I turn the light off like this and turn the UV light on and hold up some objects, you'll see that the objects, if I put it behind the phone, they glow in the UV light. Now you might notice actually one of my teeth, half of my tooth is glowing like that. And the reason for that is when I was little, when I was 17, I lost half of that tooth when I was kickboxing. And it was replaced, and you can see, look at that. You can see how sweaty I am as well, how warm it is in here. Another cool thing as well, I'll just show you my driving license. If you do that, you can see it's sort of, I'm hiding sort of all of my information on it, but you can see there that like that really lights up under the UV light. Whereas if the UV light's not there, it doesn't light up, and then you can do that and it all lights up. And that is really cool. That's something you can do if you've got one of these lying around. You can go around your house, see what does, what doesn't glow, see if your teeth glow. Mine, half of one of mine does. White t-shirts are very good for that as well. And it's this light that the sun cream will stop on your skin. So if you've got like a pen that you can only see using one of these lights, and you draw that on your hand, and then you put some sun cream on and rub it in, and when you shine the UV light on it, you won't actually be able to see that what you've drawn on your hand anymore, or on paper, as you're not supposed to draw on your hands. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Fun Science with Alex. Please do not try the alcohol one at home. It is very dangerous. If you're going to do the food burning one, make sure you've got adult supervision and you let the adults handle all the fire. You handle the stopwatch. If you're going to use a UV light, be careful that you don't use it for too long because you don't want to damage your eyes. If you've got special UV protection glasses, use those. Do not look directly into a UV light. It is very dangerous. Don't look into any lights actually, but do not look, be very careful with a UV light. And if you're going to do the film canister with the Alka-Seltzer thing in it, just be very careful that you don't look over it like that and you don't damage your ceiling. It might be best to do that one outside in the garden if you have a garden. I have been Alex Foden. This has been Non-Stop Kids Entertainment. This has been Fun Science with Alex. Please do check out the rest of the YouTube channel. We have got so many videos on here. It is unbelievable. We've got pretty much everything you could ever think of to do. I've been Alex. Have a fantastic day. Thank you very much.